In Bridgerton Season 4, the focus shifts to Benedict Bridgerton and his romance with Sophie Becket, played by Yaron. Unlike previous love interests, Sophie is not a traditional lady of the ton, she is the illegitimate daughter of an earl who was forced into servitude after her father's death. Benedict and Sophie first meet at a masquerade ball, where she captivates him as the Lady in Silver. Despite their strong connection, their relationship faces hurdles due to Sophie's low status and societal expectations. After a 2-year separation, they reunite, but must navigate the challenges of Sophie's illegitimacy and Benedict's social obligations to find a way to be together. Who is Sophie? Benedict's love interest in Bridgerton explained. Now that Bridgerton Season 4 is officially Benedict's season, it is time for the Netflix show to introduce its version of Sophie Becket. Since first premiering in 2020, Bridgerton has dedicated an entire season to the love story of one of the 8 Bridgerton siblings. Season 1 followed eldest daughter Daphne, Season 2 centered on eldest son Anthony, and Season 3 threw a curveball by focusing on the third eldest Bridgerton, Colin. Now, Benedict finally has his time to shine, but there are also some new faces coming in the next season that will be very important for his story. Benedict has enjoyed many ups and downs, especially on the romance front. In Season 1, Benedict was characterized as the sensual artist, who didn't let the rules of the ton keep him from having fun. He would paint, take male and female lovers, and do what he wanted. Season 2 saw him lose his confidence after he got into a prestigious art school only because of his name. Finally, Season 3 introduced Lady Tilly Arnold, with whom Benedict had a unique affair, only for it to end when Tilly became attached. However, with Sophie, things will be different. How Benedict and Sophie first meet in Bridgerton. Sophie's surprising status explained. Benedict's Bridgerton love story begins at his mother's masquerade ball. At the end of Bridgerton Season 3, Benedict mentions this ball to Eloise, who promises she will be there. At the Bridgerton's masquerade ball, Benedict becomes entranced by a masked woman who he refers to as the Lady in Silver. He never catches her name, but the two quickly become enamored with each other. In many ways, Benedict and Sophie's first meeting is reminiscent of Cinderella. As it turns out, Sophie also hides a massive secret, just like the blonde-haired Disney princess. Unlike previous Bridgerton love interests, Sophie is not a lady of the ton, or at least not a traditional one. Unlike previous Bridgerton love interests, Sophie is not a lady of the ton, or at least not a traditional one. Sophie was the illegitimate child of the Earl of Penwood. After Sophie's father died, her stepmother forced her into becoming her servant. In this way, Sophie was snatched out of the ton and shoved into the lower class. She was unable to join the courting season or socialize with others, including Benedict Bridgerton. That is until the masquerade ball. Sophie and Benedict should never see each other again, but fate intervenes. Benedict and Sophie's marriage explained. What keeps Benedict and Sophie apart? After the masquerade ball, Benedict and Sophie don't reunite for 2 years. At that time, Sophie is fired by her stepmother and must find a new place of work. Meanwhile, Benedict is determined to find the Lady in Silver. Eventually, Sophie and Benedict run into each other again at the house of Philip Cavender. Benedict saves Sophie from a dangerous situation and the two spend a few days together. However, Benedict has no clue that Sophie is the Lady in Silver. Benedict ultimately convinces Sophie to become a maid at the Bridgerton household so they can remain near each other. The big issue that comes between Benedict and Sophie is Sophie's illegitimate birth. Because of his status, Benedict is expected to marry a woman of the ton. In this way, he and Sophie could never truly be together, and she would forever be destined to just be his mistress. This distresses her, as her own illegitimate birth caused her many problems throughout her life. For Benedict and Sophie to get married, they must overcome Sophie's fears and find a way to be together as husband and wife, not lord and mistress. Who plays Sophie in Bridgerton? Who is Yaron? Just a few months after the announcement that Benedict would be the next star of Bridgerton, it was revealed who would play Sophie Becket. In a video posted by Netflix, it was announced that Yaron would play Sophie in Bridgerton Season 4. The video shows looking through a rack of dresses and settling on the silver ensemble that will eventually lead to her nickname, the Lady in Silver. casting had been rumored for a few weeks before the official announcement.